What's up, Brinkley family? This is Josh with Brinkley RV. We got an exciting video for you. This is your full walk around on your Model G. Let's go. We're here underneath your entry door to your Model G. Here we have an LP Quick Connect. If you have any grills or aftermarket accessories that need LP, you can hook those up right there. Right next to that, we have your first sewer hose holder, or your stinky slinky, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of names for that in the RV industry. So that'll be housed right here. Then you move back here, you have your tires, your wheels, your suspension. In Model G, we do a lot of different things. First thing is, these are custom 17.5-inch wheels, 16-ply tires, and they are H-rated. We have our MORride CRE rubberized suspension here. That's going to help you kind of crawl over bumps as opposed to launching off of them with the old steel springs. And on the inside, Model Gs have Sumo springs. Those are big rubber discs that compress. It helps you from bottoming out in your RV. It also prevents side-to-side shock transfer. If you hit a pothole on one side, it's not going to transfer all that energy to the other side of the coach. Here's some more numbers about your tires. We have your warranty, which is a 5-year warranty from our supplier, a 1-year, no questions asked. You have your speed range, you have your PSI range. Your torque specs for these are between 140 and 170 foot-pounds of torque. And the last thing we're going to talk about is your tire pressure monitoring system. We do things a little bit differently. We have a banded tire pressure monitoring system, which means that when we get the wheels, the band is already on the wheel before we put on the tire, and that's going to be your sensor. And that's going to connect to the module that goes into your truck, so you can monitor the pressure on all your tires, and that is included in every Model G. Spare tires, everybody needs them just in case. We give you this special spare tire crank tool. It goes up in your front pass-through storage of your unit. Right here is the port for your spare tire. You just click this rascal right in there, crank her down, and then your spare tire will lower from the underbelly of the unit. And then we're going to walk over here. On this side back here in the back, you have your 50-foot extension cord in case you need to plug anything in next to your RV. Pro tip here, to get the power cord to retract, reach as far into the box as you can, give it a little tug, and then let it retract itself all the way back in. All right, the reason why everybody buys a toy hauler, the back door, the garage, the patio, all those things. There's 2 ways to open up your back ramp patio back here. The first way is if you do have power. This is an electric lock right here. You're going to take your keys that we give you with every unit, you're going to put it in, you hear it click, and then you pull down. If you don't have power, you'll find this yellow strap located in the middle of the door. Just pull on that strap and the door will unlock. Now this is a 0G ramp door, which means it has spring tension on it. It is very light and easy to use. I can use 2 fingers and open this up. We're going to set this up first in your loading position. This is when you want to load your 4-wheelers, your side-by-sides, your Harleys in the back of your garage here. When the ramp is in this position, your load rating is 3,000 pounds. Now, in order to open up the back of your garage, you're going to come up here. You got little Velcro straps holding your patio gate together. You're going to do that. This swings all the way open. Then this side swings all the way open. Now, if you need any more room than what the patio doors here, your 3 Seasons doors give you, there are black releases here. You click on those, and these both swing wide open also, so that you have the maximum amount of space to load your toys in the back of your garage. All right, now we're going to set up your back door into patio position. The first thing you're going to do, again, this is a 0G door. It's very light. You pick it up. You want to take your metal braided cord and your D-ring. You want to take those apart right here. You put the bolt through the eyelets. Now, this is the most important part. Make sure the bolt goes through the eyelet. The eyelet does not go through the wire hanger here. That is dangerous. So we're going to put our bolt through our eyelet, and then we're going to connect it on the other side. We're going to walk around over here, do the same thing on the other side. All right, now it's in patio mode. Again, in this mode, it'll hold up to 1,500 pounds. After you get those things set up, you want to set up your patio railing. These will just swing out here. Swing out one side, swing out the other side. All right, then we're going to jump back down here. Now, you might say, Josh, these things are too short. This doesn't go long enough. You got to go over here. There's actually a little ball click right here. You depress that, and these will slide out farther. And what you want to do is you want to slide it out until this metal latch connects to the metal hoop. There, it's locked into place. Do the same thing on this other side over here. Click the metal ball, slide out the gate, connect the latch to the metal hoop. There. Now it's safely in place. Then you got to swing out your ends. This end will swing out. Click the latch into the metal hoop. Now this is your door. All right, to shut your door, keep it closed, you're going to slide this metal collar over here. And then your steps, your patio steps are included. We're going to show you later on in the video where those are stored at. But these little nubs that stick up here, that's where your steps attach to. You're just going to kind of push. I always push in the releases here, slide them on, and then they're good to go. Then you can just fold down your steps here. You can walk up and down. Now to release the steps, you go in and you push the releases, and it just slides right back off. And then you can fold them up and put them back in your pass-through storage. Now these steps are adjustable if you are on some uneven ground. You just push this pin out right here, kind of lift it up, and you can slide this leg up or down however you want to. Then when you find the right depth that you're supposed to be at, you just push it all the way back in. Now to stow your patio system, you're going to make sure your door is shut, and it is magnetized against this rail right there. You got to release your metal catch here, so how to do that, you just lift up and push it over your hoop. This will also magnetize to this side. Then you lift up here on this catch, get it outside the hoop. Just move this one a little bit because, again, remember, we have those metal ball catches there, and you just push this in until you hear it click. You can see the metal ball sticking out. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Lift it up, give it a little push. Then we're going to push it all the way in until you hear the click. You see the metal ball. Now, this is the most important part. The left side of your patio, when you're looking at your garage, goes in first. Just wheels right in there. Make sure it's all the way in. Pull in the right side of your patio. Make sure it's all the way in. And then to keep these things from swinging around all over the place, we have Velcro straps here. They just strap around the little wires on the gate. And that keeps that nice and tight. All right, every Model G comes standard with a rear backup camera. Now, this is going to come with a screen that we're going to include with your unit. You take that screen, you put it in your truck, and information on how to pair the camera to your screen is located on our owner's hub. You can reference that video, and that'll give you all the information you need there. We're going to talk for a second about shutting your ramp door. Because Brinkley is so well sealed and so well insulated, there can be a lot of pressure buildup when you go to shut your ramp door. So the first thing we want to do is make sure your metal braided cords are tucked in so they're not in the way. Second thing is make sure your second entry door is open. That's going to allow the air to escape and for this thing to shut. If both those things are happening right now, you just give this thing a nice little push and it's going to last shut. Backing up into a campsite at night is a nightmare. So we've done a couple things to help you out. Number one, we talked about that rear backup camera. When you put your truck into reverse, that backup camera is going to come on. Your brake lights are going to come on. Your backup lights, which you can see here, are both going to come on. Your underbelly lights are going to come on. It's going to flood this area back here with light so you can easily pull into that tight spot at night. Back here we have your fuel station and your air compressor. They're all locked away in this nice compartment door right here. Your fuel station has 2 tanks. Both of them are 30 gallons, so you have 60 gallons total. Your rear tank operates just your fuel pump, and this acts just like a gas station pump. Your front tank here is for your generator. They have fuel gauges here for both, as well as your pump on and off switch. Now, if you say, hey, I don't need to fill up any toys, great. You can use this 30 gallons for your rear tank and pump it right into your generator tank if you need more fuel for that. Now, your air compressor. We have an air compressor here. It goes up to 135 max PSI. It comes with a 40-foot retractable air hose here. Again, it's just like that extension cord. Give it a little tug gently and it should go all the way back in. The switch for that, it's up here underneath. It's like a lever. You flip it on, it turns it on, turns it off, and you can adjust your PSI level right here. If for some reason your air compressor is not working, make sure it's plugged into the included outlet in the compartment. So in this area right here in front of your axles, we have a white valve. You're gonna pull that. That is your freshwater tank drain. That's gonna drain all the water out of your freshwater tank. Back here you have 3 low point drains. The one that's towards the back of the coach is a red tube. That is your hot water low point drain. The one in the middle is a blue tube. That is your cold water low point drain. And then the one in the very front, which is also a blue tube, that is for the low point drain for your water line that goes to the ice maker in your refrigerator. In this compartment right here, we have your power cord reel, which we have an awesome video on our owner's hub, which shows all the operation of that. Underneath that, you have your first storage tray. In here, we're gonna have your exterior ladder and then your patio steps that we always showed you on the back, that operation. And then here we have your tankless hot water heater. Now, a couple of things about this. Number one, this switch in here has to be on for this to operate. And then there is a controller that's in the cabinet underneath your bathroom sink. That also has to be turned on, and then you can set your temperature from there. Your unit's gonna come with a collapsible ladder. Now, the most important things to know are these metal hooks hook into the bracket that's up there on the side of the unit. You can see the holes there. To extend the ladder, you just undo the Velcro strap, and as it comes up, the rings lock into place. So we're gonna extend it all the way up here. And when you get it high enough, we're gonna reach it up there, and then you hook it to this bracket. Now to collapse the ladder, you want to make sure you keep your hands on the outside, and when you push these 2 releases, the rung above it will slide down. So you keep going up there, and you just collapse it all the way down. We are on the off-door side of your coach here. This is the pass-through storage, your main pass-through storage. We got a lot of stuff going on over here, so we're gonna try to explain it all to you. First off here, very first thing you're gonna see is a QR code. This is gonna bring you to the owner's hub and show you the video of the full Nautilus panel. I'll speak to that here in a second, but if you just wanna scan that with your phone, it's gonna bring up all the videos you need for this panel right here. Next, you have some 110 outlets. You have a light switch for your pass-through storage here, and then a secondary light switch for your under-slide lights. You have a motions activated light here. Then you have your Nautilus panel, okay? This is for your whole entire water system for your coach. You have an exterior shower. You have your water pump switch here. You also have one on the One Control panel inside your coach, and then you can also be controlled by your phone when you pair your phone to the One Control panel inside. You have your satellite cable and your auxiliary hookups here. These are all your valves for your different camping modes. For your water panel, you have dry camping, city water, winterization. Again, they're spelled out here, show you which position to put the valves, and we have great videos on the owner's hub on that. Here you have your 65-foot retractable water hose, which can be used here. You have your black tank flush, and then you have a port here for your power cord. Now, your dump valves. We use all electric dump valves on G. Here you can see all the lights are off. You have to push the switch and hold it, and when the light starts blinking, then you know it's open, and then that's when you're gonna be able to dump your valves. If your Model G has a half bath, you're gonna have 2 termination ports. Your first one is gonna be back here behind the axles. Now, one of the things that Brinkley does is we have clear caps. That way you're not gonna have any surprises waiting on you when you open this up. Over here, we have your black tank flush for your half bath, because this has its own black tank. And then up here, you have your termination port for the main part of your coach. This is gonna be for your gray waters for your bathroom, for your kitchen sink, as well as the black water for your main bathroom. Up here, this is a great shot of our auto level feature. There's a good sticker right here that walks you through the entire thing. Also, there's an awesome video on our owner's hub, again, showing you how to set these the hitch height and fully control this thing. You can also control this through your phone on the app when it's connected to the control board inside. Main functions are, these are your front jack operations, up or down, auto level, your auto hitch height, and retract all for your jacks. And down below that, we have your second MORRIDE storage tray here. In here, we store all your things like your monitor for your backup camera, your TST tire pressure monitoring system, filters for your water filtration system, your owner's manuals, your storage tie downs, all those things. Now, these storage trays are rated for 250 pounds. When you do slide it back in, always make sure to lock it before you go head out on the road. Our pass-through storage has a front wall that is convertible if you really want to open up this storage area. What you do, and it's the same operation for both of these panels here, is you lift up the latches, you swing the door up, and then it magnetizes to the ceiling, and that'll open this whole area up in here. One of the great things about every Brinkley RV is all our LP tanks come with a fuel gauge on them, so you know exactly how much propane you have in there. And not only that, here's your switch over valve for your LP. You just rotate this black handle here, and you're switching over to the other tank. Every Model G comes with a front cap that has integrated lights with lens caps over them. A big question we get is, hey, can we have these on when we're running down the road? Absolutely, yes, you can. There is a switch in the pass-through storage that turns them on and turns them off. Now, when thinking about maintenance, if you are ever buffing your front cap or the sidewalls, do not buff your graphics or the caps on your lights, because that could cause some damage. Every Brinkley Model G comes standard with a 5,500 watt flex power generator from RVMP. Now, we love this generator. One of the reasons why, it is dual fuel. You can run it off that 30-gallon gas tank that we showed you before in the back, or it can be switched over to LP. Now, there are 4 ways to start this. If we open up the panel here, you have an electric start here on the actual unit. You can start it from your one control panel inside of your coach. You can start it from your phone when it's paired to the one control panel inside of your coach, or there's an emergency pull start right here. Now, to switch it over from LP to gasoline, you flip this little lever here. Right now it's set to LP. If I flip it all the way over here, now it's set to gasoline. All right, up here in our front storage compartment, we got a lot of stuff going on. First, you have your OptiFuse right here. This disconnects the power from the battery to the solar charge controller. Right around here, you have your actual solar charge controller. And this is a DC to DC. So this is going to do a couple different things. Number one, it's going to tell you how much power you're getting from your 800 watts of solar that we have up on top. There's 4 panels to your batteries. It also, because it's DC to DC power, your 7-way pin, when you plug it into your truck, it's going to boost the power that's going to your batteries there. Here you have your Rich Solar 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. What the inverter powers is all the outlets in your coach, the refrigerator, and the air compressor. There's also a switch on the side of this to turn it off and on, and then we have a secondary switch on the inside of the coach that you can use to turn off and on the inverter as well. Underneath that, you have 2 lithium batteries. These are both 100 amp hours. Next to that, we have your hydraulic system here. This is all your pump that will run your slide outs and your leveling jacks. To make sure your batteries are fully powered on or off, you got to do a couple things. Make sure that your battery disconnects are off. Make sure your camera is off. Make sure your inverter is off. And make sure you're disconnected from shore power. When all that stuff has happened, you reach down here, you can see a little green light on your battery. You press and hold that for 10 seconds. It'll power down that battery, and to turn them back on, you do the same thing in reverse. Just hold that button down for 10 seconds and the battery will come back on. In your top front storage compartment, we have a couple different things. First off, we have your switch to turn your cameras on and off. We have your storage light switch here. You have your main battery disconnect. Now this disconnects everything in the coach except for the breakaway switch, your cameras, your relays for reverse lighting, and your hydraulic pump and inverter. Your bottom disconnect here is your solar disconnect. That disconnects all the incoming power from the solar panels to the charge controller. Up here on your front bulkhead, we have your Dexter Tow Assist light. Now, Dexter Tow Assist comprises of 3 main things. Number 1 is an ABS braking system. Number 2 is sway mitigation. So when you're towing your trailer down the road, it helps reduce sway. Number 3 is a digital odometer. Now the way you get to the digital odometer is there is a diagnostic point right down here. We send a Bluetooth module that you plug into that port and it can connect to your phone. That way you can keep track of all your mileage, and it helps you with maintenance intervals as well. Now the light up here on the front, if it's lit up green, everything's functioning properly. If it's any other color, amber or red, then you have a malfunction. Here we are on the door side pass-through storage of our Model G. In here you can see we got a bunch of different switches. Now they're all labeled. Here we have that front cap light, which we talked about earlier, switch on and off. We have the storage light. You can run all your awnings from right here, which is really handy. You don't have to go inside your unit. You can run all your slides here so you don't have to go inside your unit also. Right here you have a little port. It's a USB port. If you have a drive with MP3s on it, you can plug it in and it'll play through the stereo. Now this is your outside stereo for your Rockford Fosgate stereo system. We have an awesome video on the Owner's Hub inside on the website on how to use that. Right below that we have the outside shower, again hot and cold. Underneath here we have a cable outlet and we also have a 110 outlet. With the little hatch here, you can run some cords and stuff out here, and that can run an outside TV. It could also power some things that you want plugged in if you want to keep your doors closed to keep everything in there nice and warm. And below all that, we have your third pass-through storage tray here. Again, these things slide all the way out, and there is a 250-pound weight capacity on these things. One of the great features about a Model G is how clean and tucked away everything is in your pass-through storage. However, if you do need to access anything, we don't need a screw gun. All you do is slide open this access panel here, and then you can push this divider wall open this way. Moving this divider panel back, that reveals our 3-stage water filter, and a lot of our plumbing lines, each of those have individual shutoffs as well. 2 other water shutoffs that are going to be in your pass-through storage are right here by your convenience center is going to be your shower water shutoffs. And then over there by the door side passage door is going to be your washer dryer prep shutoff valves. My favorite feature on a Model G is the pull-out drawer refrigerator freezer. So it's behind this compartment door right here. This pulls out, it is 12 volt, and you can set this to either be a refrigerator or a freezer. To turn on the refrigerator, push the power button, and then you can set the temperature level with the plus and minus button. Our entry doors come with a bunch of different features, and we're going to go through them right now. First, to open the door, you just pull on the panel and open it up. Now, these are the MORryde entry steps here. The way to deploy those is pull your little blue lever here and carefully lower these down. Again, these steps come with adjustable legs, so if you're on some uneven ground. Your step treads can flip down. This is a nice feature if they do get some dirt on them or anything. Before you put them back into your coach, you just flip those up and it dumps all the dirt up, but we're going inside, so we're going to put the step treads down. Over here on your entry door grab handle, you're going to pull your travel pin out, and then you're going to pull this safety rail up, and you help that slide down, and that'll extend your grab handle all the way. Over here on your screen door, we have a couple different features on here. Number one, this is the screen assist. It's a bar you push down and it just activates the latch. So you can kind of do it as one-handed, or if you got your hands full, you kind of hit it with your elbow, let it down. We have the screen defender. This is good for pets and kids. It's gonna help them from scratching up and destroying that bottom screen there. The door is also on a screen assist, so if you let it shut, it'll automatically close. Your door also comes with an integrated shade here. It's for privacy. It goes up and down, stays in the window right there. Now your RV lock system. This is the control panel that we have for the door. It's an electric locking system just like you have on some of your cars. The default code is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to lock. You can see the actuator comes out to the lock position. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, unlock. It retracts back in, or you can use your key fob, which we also provide with you. Make sure your key fob switch is on, and you can push lock, and again, it comes out to the lock position, or you push unlock, and it retracts back in there. Okay, folks, that was it for the outside. Now I'm going to toss it to everybody's favorite, Brinkley Brennan, go through the inside.
Thanks, Josh, for doing the exterior, but now that we're inside here, we're gonna come up and check out a one control board that is just inside the right-hand side of your door. And this is basically gonna allow you to control most of the components inside your Model G. So on the panel itself, starting on the left-hand side here, you'll see your battery voltage, your motion switches, which will be for your slide outs and your awnings. You have a master light switch, which will basically kick on most of the interior lights. Just below it, you have your 3 different zones for heating and cooling. And below as well, you have all your tank levels. Off onto the right-hand side here, we have a favorite section, which will allow you to pick all the devices you think you may use most frequently. And then all devices will be everything that you can control inside the coach from the one control panel, from awnings to your bed lift to all the different lights. Back on the left-hand side here, going over heating and cooling, if you want to turn your furnace or heat pump on, you're going to need to go to main for the furnace, and that'll kick up over here on the right-hand side. So when you choose heat only, you'll have a prefer gas or prefer heat pump. Prefer gas is going to be your furnace, and then obviously the heat pump will be built into your air conditioner itself, and then you can choose cool and heat and cool or off. In the other two zones, you can see we have it off right now, but you can go to heat only, which will just utilize your heat pump, and then cool obviously for your air conditioner. And for the heat pumps, you need to make sure you only go in 6-degree increments. So if it's 60 degrees inside the coach, you can only set it up to 66. So just make sure that you only go in 6-degree increments to make sure that the heat pump works properly. So as we work our way down the steps, I want to point out, as Josh mentioned, outside there's an inside controller to power on your inverter. This is exactly where it will be located. So if you're getting ready to take a trip, you want to make sure this is powered on so your refrigerator will be running going down the road. And then underneath the bottom step, you'll see we have our beautiful Brinkley shoe tray to keep your interior nice and clean. So over here in our sofa area, on each end, you're going to have an end table. And on the bottom of your end tables, you have a shelf with an open area. Up top, you have storage that is on a gas strut. And then on the back-hand side, if you pop that up, you'll have 2 outlets, USB, USB-C as well. As for our recliners, the 2 ends have heat massage, and then on your side there will be a little pull handle so you can flip it up, recline, and relax. Operating our window screens here, they are pretty unique systems. So the blackout blinds are going to pull down from the top, and they do have a reflective foil on the backhand side to help keep heat out, and then the screen will actually pull up from the bottom, and they do magnetize to each other. So if the sun's beating up here, but you still want some airflow, you can use it that way. Putting them both back up and down. Opening the window, it is a crank, and they will extend out 6 inches. Before you guys hit the road and get ready to run your slide outs in, you want to make sure that there's no objects in front of your slide outs and the floors are nice and clean, so when you bring them in, there's nothing that could possibly get trapped under your slide floors. All right, so here on the fireplace, you'll have redundant switches on the fireplace itself, but you're actually going to get a wireless remote as well. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have a power button, a high and low temperature setting, a timer that you can set. This is for your rock light setting, and then this is your flame light setting. So each TV in your Model G is actually going to be a smart TV. So that will allow you to utilize Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is that you prefer to watch without having to set up anything else. All the TVs will actually be on a hinging bracket as well, so you can actuate them out, access anything behind them, and get them to your best viewing angle. As you can see here in the living room, we actually have our travel strap on, so before you close up and get ready to head to your next destination, you want to make sure that your living room TV and your garage TV are strapped in so they don't move going down the road. So over on one of 3 of our Rockford Fosgate speaker controllers, you're going to have 3 throughout the coach. 1 in the pass-through, 1 here in the kitchen, and another one in your garage. So this is going to allow you to operate all your different zones on whatever setting you want them to be in, along with your volume. We do have a more in-depth video on how to pair your phone and how to operate all the different systems. Below the Rockford controller is going to be your Max Air fan controller for here in the kitchen. So you have your fan on and then 4 different fan speeds, your vent open, vent close, and then a button to turn your vent fan off as well. So here in your pull-out pantry, you'll see that all your shelves are adjustable along with all the other shelves inside your kitchen area. So it's pretty simple. If you want to move it up, you can just pop it up as many as you'd like. If you want to drop it down, you can pop it out this way and then reinsert it at whatever height works best for what you're doing. So in your Model G, you're going to have a GE profile microwave that also doubles as an air fryer as well. So the operation's pretty simple. You have a button right here, press air fryer, you're going to select auto or manual. We'll do manual for this purpose. We're going to enter our oven temp, we'll just do 350, and then we're going to turn dial for time, 2 minutes, and then you're going to go ahead and press start, and it's as simple as that. Just below the microwave, we have our GE 4-burner cooktop and big stove. So to light it, very simple. You push your knobs on, turn it until you see it ignite, and then your oven operates almost the same exact way. You have your 2 lights for your knobs, and then your oven light, and then just below it, you have even more storage. So your Model G is going to have a GE residential refrigerator, and right now I have the travel lock on. Again, you're going to want to make sure that this is on before you pack up and get ready to hit the road. So I will remove this, opening the top doors here. On the very top, you'll see all your controls to operate the refrigerator. In the back right-hand side, this is your water filter. Over here on the left, you have your water spigot to fill up fresh water. Below, you have a big pull-out drawer freezer with an ice maker. And the water line tying into the back of the refrigerator is a heated water line, and it's tied to your tank pad heaters. So when you're in frigid temps and your tank pad heaters kick on, your heated ice maker line will as well. So underneath your large overhead cabinets, you're gonna have two sets of outlets, one here, and then USB, USB-C. And you're also gonna have two switches here, one for your under cabinet lighting and then one for your step lights as well. Underneath as well, you have your knife storage and your utensil storage that I'm sure you all love. So below your kitchen sink, you're gonna have all your water shutoffs for your hot and cold, the shutoff for your dishwasher. Along with dishwasher preps, you have an outlet and then all the connection points you'll need for the dishwasher. So on your cabinet overheads right around here, you'll see two ears sticking up, and that's actually a TravelFi router. And the nice thing about TravelFi is it has eSIM technology, so you can choose your carrier, and then they have a ton of different plans that you can pick which one suits your needs the best. So on your roof, you actually have your WineGuard antenna that has an antenna booster and a Wi-Fi booster as well. It has gateway technology too, so if you prefer to use the gateway router, you can go that direction as well. So quick operation of your flip-up countertop. Starting off, you want to make sure that your support bracket's all the way in. You're going to then grab each side of the countertop extension, pull it out first. Then you can swing it up, and then you'll go underneath and pop out your bracket so it's nice and sturdy. Removing it, you will push this back in, swing it down nice and smooth, and then you will push it in. And there's actually a magnet in there for travel, so this thing doesn't pop out while going down the road. So in the cabinet, just as you enter the door, you'll see your 110 breakers and your 12-volt fuses. So on the left are all your 110 breakers, all labeled nice and neat so you know what you're working with. And easy way to remember everything that's tied to your inverter. Everything that is located below your converter breaker is what's going to be tied to the inverter. And off on the right-hand side here, you have all your 12-volt fuses. And if one's blown, there will be a little red light that will light up to indicate that you have a blown fuse. And up above, we have a few stickers here. You have a QR code, so if you want some more information about your control panel, you scan that QR code and it'll take you to your owner's hub. Then we have how to activate your TravelFi and your Safe Ride as well. So in your island here, starting at the top, you have your cutting board that is food grade, and it is removable, so you can pop it out for easy cleaning. Below it, you have a drawer with a drawer inside of it that slides back with hidden storage. Then you have your pull-out trash cans. Off to the left-hand side here, your removable paper towel holder. And then below it, a door that swings out with drawers inside and cookie sheet storage off to the left hand. So here in the bathroom, before you hit the road, you're gonna wanna make sure that your toilet paper holder is magnetized to the wall. For your pull-out linen and your trash can, you have your travel lock here in the middle. You're gonna wanna make sure that's threaded in before you hit the road. In the shower, you have your big body sprayer. The knob on the bottom is going to be your hot and cold. To the right is cold, to the left is hot. And then you actually pull it out to get the water to come out. And then above you have the selector for all your different shower heads. Your shower doors themselves for travel, you're going to want to make sure that they're open all the way and that your travel lock is secured and locked on there. Here in your sink area underneath, you're going to have your hot water heater controls along with shutoffs for your sink in here as well. And on the wall, you have the controls for your max air fan vent in the bathroom. So as we enter into the bedroom here, there's two control panels. The top one's going to be your power management system, which the little screen on here is basically going to tell you what service you're on, whether it's 50 amp, 30 amp, 15 amp. But the nicest thing about this is it really makes your camping experience better. So if you're running 2 or 3 air conditioners, you fire up the air fryer, basically it'll kill or shed a device, let's say an AC in this case, to allow you to be able to run the air fryer without tripping breakers. Just below it is going to be your battery monitor, so it's going to show your battery percentage, how many amp hours are left, whether you're charging or discharging your batteries. And something we get asked on a lot is how to turn the light off. To turn it off completely, you're going to hold the 2 arrows on the very top. That will turn the light off completely. To just dim it, you will press the down arrow. So keep in mind that your bedroom lights are dimmable, and then moving down here, you'll see another switch. This is for your motion sensing bed lights. So right now we have them off, and then we can turn them on, which will activate the motion sensors to kick the lights on when you hop out of bed. Underneath the bed, I'll pick it up. On each side, you'll see an outlet for a phone or CPAP with USB, USB-C in them as well. And then we have storage behind and full depth drawers on each side as well. So here in the front wardrobe, just on the right-hand side as you open the door, there's going to be a switch to turn on your lighted closet rod. And then all the way on the far left-hand side, you'll see a sticker that says cordless vac prep. So we have a backer in the wall for you to mount the holder for your cordless vacuum, and then an outlet located just below it so you can charge your cordless vac. When you're done in there and you're ready to go in transit, you will close this all the way and lock it in, so you want to make sure that it's completely closed for travel. So here in your wardrobe, you have plenty of shelves for stacking up your clothes, and then we also give you this nice collapsible Brinkley laundry basket. Below it are the hookups for your washer and dryer prep and your outlets, and that white rotator is access for your dryer vent, and then we do ship your 2 stools in here as well. And on the dresser top here, it actually slides out with hidden storage. Up above, you have another smart TV for here in the bedroom, and then behind the TV, if you pull it out on the bracket, it'll actually give you access to your antenna booster and your Wi-Fi booster as well. All right, so back here in the garage, you have a light switch with dimmer for your back neon lights. Below it is one of 3 Rockford Fosgate controllers. Just below is another control panel to operate basically everything in the back end here. So your garage awning, your patio awning, your bed lift, and most of the lights back here. Off to the left-hand side behind this cover is your second washer dryer prep with outlets below. So here in your half bath, tucked up under this sink, you'll find your hot and cold shutoffs for the sink back here. And over on the left-hand side, you have your max air fan controller. So this is going to be one of 2 vents back here in the garage. So if you need to air this area out, if there's fumes back here in the garage, you just pull the handle, open it up, and you can clear this back area out. So here in the back end of the garage, I'm going to show you how to install a tie down. So we ship it with 8 of these. Basically, we'll pull back some of the trim. There's a little lever, you're going to pull it up, slide it in. When you feel that thing locked down, you're in tight. So you can adjust it and put it anywhere inside of the L track you would like. Just behind it, we have our dovetail storage, and I already have the latches popped up. We'll pick it up, it's on gas struts. So this is a perfect area for tie downs, tools, you name it. And in the front corner here, you'll see a cord and an outlet. So this is the back end of your extension cord that's on your campsite. So if that thing doesn't have any power, come in here and make sure that it's plugged in. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to operate the Happijac system. Your controls are on the panel at the very front of the garage. Right now we have it in travel mode all the way up with pins in all 4 corners. So I'll pull the pin, we'll drop it down and show you how to separate the top bunk from the sofas. All right, so now I've already awkwardly climbed back there and flipped over these other hinges, but you'll see a little gold lever. You're going to flip it and you want it facing inward. Now that'll allow us to run the Happijac all the way up, lock the bunk in the top position, and then lower the sofas all the way down to use it as a dining table or a card table as well. All right, so now that you know how to separate the bunk from the sofas, I'm going to show you how to drop down each side of the sofa. So if you need a little bit extra height, bringing a golf cart in, this will allow you to get that. So there's 2 pins under each sofa. I'll remove the pins. And then we'll bring celebrity guest Josh Staley in here to help me drop this down. So you actually pick it up, pull it back a little bit, and then that will allow it to drop down nice and smooth. So when the sofas are flat against the wall, you'll see that pinhole. You'll put the pin back in, and that will lock it so it can't move while going down the road. So to put the sofas back up, you'll do everything we just did, just in reverse. So the nice thing about these Happijac system is you can move one side independent of the other. To do so, you want to make sure that the top bunk is not attached to the sofas. So you want to make sure that those gold levers are facing in. So when it comes to moving one side or the other, you'll take those same travel pins that I have here, you'll pin one side, make sure that stays up, you'll press down, and then one side will be able to drop. Hey everyone, thank you for watching Josh and I today. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you out. Happy camping.